Hello, World Wide Web. I'm one noob too many. Hello, World Wide Web. I'm one noob too many. The internet personality with the least hair. Least hair. Most face. Does anyone have any talent? Hello everyone and welcome to Confined Nightmares. I am your host, One Noob Too Many. This is our first video on the channel and I wanted to combine my love of horror movies with my love of video games and my love of criticizing others all together, all in one. Lord help us. So I decided to start with a breakdown of a movie that I came across during quarantine. Spoiler alert, we're going to be going over the whole movie. I will say first and foremost that while I am going to be having a bit of a go at this movie, I give total credit to the cast and crew for what they were able to achieve in a very short amount of time. So enough chit-chat, let's get to the good stuff. Do we have any good stuff? This is Hungerford. Hungerford is a film released in 2014 by writer and director Drew Casson. Seen here wondering when his Proactive is coming in the mail, it describes itself as equal parts zombie flick, sci-fi shocker, black comedy, and apocalyptic disaster movie. An impressively ambitious project with a huge amount of heart. And whose box art tries to answer the question, what would it look like if Hermione Granger was drunk on butterbeer and flipped her car on the way home from Hogsmeade? But our movie begins with our hero, Cohen Rosewell, played by director Drew Casson, waking up after a particularly rowdy night out and deciding to do some homework. Cohen has to document his life for the next week for some class. What is it called, Cohen?
BTech, part 2?
Yes. My Boring Life in 7 Days. A film by Cohen Rosewell. We are then introduced to Philippa Martell, played by Georgia Bradley. She owns the flat with her brother Adam and is a close friend to Cohen.
What are you doing?
Homework, I told you.
Phil is really angry at the boys because once again she was ditched at the party and has decided to drown her anger in butter. Fun fact, Georgia Bradley actually won a Best Actress award for her performance in this movie at the Fantasporto Film Festival in Portugal. Cohen, after learning that the boys are back and possibly disturbed by the savage abuse of Derry, heads through the hallway and we come across Kipper. Kip is played by Sam Carter, seen here rocking his Kanye West cosplay. Kip is the responsible one as he was home before midnight. Nerd! Cohen inquires about Adam and Kip mentions that Adam got home quite a bit later but seems reluctant to offer up anything other than
Adam stuff.
So Cohen heads upstairs to introduce us to the true alpha, the muscle of the group, Adam Martell, played by Tom Scarlett. Adam is Cohen's best friend and always looks out for his mates by employing his unique skill set of alcoholism, homophobia,
I ain't having that.
and being on probation. So we now have our entire group of friends together for the first time, and after some mindless bickering, Cohen gets everyone and says, hey, let's all take a group photo time. But before Cohen can even get to the count of
2?
there's a massive explosion outside.
What's that?
It frightens the group, it sets off car alarms in the distance, and even shakes dust from the ceiling. It looks pretty intense. So as human beings, what do? And we hear massive explosions and all hell breaking loose.
Let's go check it out!
It all sounds pretty ominous, and the group heads outside to see what's up.
Dude, look at that!
They look up into the sky, and it is crazy looking. Like there's flashes of lightning that looks like the sky itself is on fire. It doesn't look safe. I wouldn't be thrilled about it. Enter English Paul Blart, also known as Terry, played by Nigel Morgan. So Terry enters the movie to give us the scoop, right?
Penis!
Because of this weather, the phones are dead. The radios are dead.
Lightning's hit the old factory. Fuck!
Everything's going crazy.
Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
So after a stern confrontation by Mayor McCheese over here, who somehow knows Cohen,
Morning, Count. Terry, what the bloody hell's going on?
Terry runs off to save the day. Adam drops the title.
So this is Hungerford.
And then...
Boom! A huge chunk of debris smashes into the street, lightning strikes a building in the distance, completely obliterating its tower, and people are running for their lives. It looks like things are about to get intense.
Oh mate, that was the best hangover kill ever. Did you say it with lightning? Yeah.
Nope. Adam, what the hell are you laughing at?
Terry running around.
Okay, Phil, can you please help your brother prioritize a little bit?
There are firemen everywhere outside. I mean, it's literally packed in town. Gorgeous firemen.
Yeah, somebody's probably really injured. Also, I don't have a joke for this, but Phil makes this sound. I'm sorry, Phil. Can I get that one more time? Hilarious. Where the hell were we? Oh yeah. Can someone start speaking some sense? Cohen, what are we going to do?
Ladies and gentlemen, they have destroyed the town hall. Tonight, we party!
Sure, fuck it. I need a drink anyway. The group celebrates the recent destruction of public property throughout the night, at least until Adam has one drink too many. See what I did there? And runs to the window to introduce his lunch to the pavement. As Adam is reevaluating his life decisions, he spots a familiar face in the street. It's Janine's dad, played by Colin Stark. Stark? Uh-oh. Foreshadowing. Janine's dad collapses in the crosswalk and the gang rushes out to his aid, only to find that he has disappeared. Next scene. Day breaks and our hapless hungover heroes wake up to a knock at the door. It's Janine, played by Kitty Speed.
Hi, Cohen.
Janine is Cohen's love interest as they had a one-night stand 6 months ago. However, Cohen never called her back.
Yes!
It appears Janine still has some feelings for Cohen, and has come to invite him to a party at her house. The gang invites themselves along, and Janine offers some advice to Cohen before she heads out.
You've got cocksucker written on your forehead.
That was fucking awesome.
Takes me back to, like, last week.
Shame.
Oh, by the way, do you think anyone asks Janine if her father made it home safely last night? Nope. Potentially missing parents aside, the gang gets ready for the party, and Kipper sums up my emotional investment in the movie so far. All pre-gamed and pretty, our party-prepped protagonists proceed to the party. On the way, we pass super creepy guy in the alley, and a pair of dudes assaulting a third, and we start to get a sense that maybe things aren't all well in the town of Hungerford. Methy mailman and perturbed preteens be damned, as we've got a party to get to. We arrive at the party where Adam is horny, Philippa is bored, and Kipper is... Kathy Griffin 2.0 directs Cohen to go talk to Janine because she's sitting all alone outside on her birthday. Cohen apologizes for being a dick, and they decide to give love another shot and agree to go strawberry picking next week. Strawberry picking? How fun for you.
I would love to go strawberry picking.
Yeah, right. What do you want to do for our first date? Oh, I don't know. What about migrant labor?
Is that racist?
Cohen retreats to a corner of the yard to relish his victory.
Oh my god, that went so well.
It's here that we get a glimpse of Janine's dad banging his head on the window. Cohen freaks out and rounds the corner to find Adam, with his lady friend, who promptly starts spitting up blood.
I have my period.
I don't think that's how that works. Janine blames Adam for spiking her friend's drink and kicks everybody the fuck out. The next day dawns and Cohen, like the rest of us, awakens full of regrets. Either to defend his friend or to salvage any chance of a retap, Cohen decides to call Janine.
Yeah.
Cohen desperately tries to make sense of the evening and finally gives his crotch some much-deserved screen time. Janine, however, ain't having it.
You and your stupid friends ruined everything.
Cohen asks about her dad, which doesn't help.
Well, it's just not normal.
Of course it's not normal.
Janine chalks it up to a nervous breakdown and takes a second to roast Cohen before hanging up.
You're doing nothing with your life.
After getting out of the infirmary for that, Cohen retreats to the kitchen to join Philippa at the breakfast table. The two have a heart-to-heart, and Cohen gets way too emotional about Janine's deodorant.
Pussy.
Philippa and Cohen decide to chillax all day and watch TV. As Cohen heads to the living room to put something dope on the tube, we hear a knock at the door.
Phil, what was that?
Phil announces that it's the postman, but as she goes to the door to greet him, we hear glass shatter as he forces his way inside. Our possessed postman quickly dispatches of Director Boy, and who comes to save the day? Actually, it's Adam. The two mighty men exchange blows until the postman grabs a knife. Adam, being the beefcake he is, turns the tables in an epic game of quit stabbing yourself. However, the postman doesn't seem fazed and goes after Adam once again. Out of desperation, Adam grabs Janine's deodorant and sprays his attacker in the face. The postman begins to scream and stumbles down the hallway, clutching at his face before collapsing onto the weakened IKEA table, deader than a reboot of Adventures in Babysitting starring Kevin Spacey. Our friends try to regroup after the traumatic events, and Kipper enters the scene to offer the most British thing to say when entering a room.
Hey guys, I brought crumpets.
Shut up, Wesley.
Cut to the kitchen where the group discusses a plan of action. Despite the video footage proving they were attacked, Philippa is worried about Adam as he is already on probation.
What happened to Adam?
Jokingly, Cohen suggests throwing the body in the trash.
What the fuck do we do? Put him in the fucking bins? We could. I mean, come on, no one takes the bins.
Are you serious?
Before they can make a move, however, their problems are compounded when Terry shows up.
I have reason to believe there is cannabis on these premises.
What do you mean?
It's right, I open up a score, son.
What's going on?
I'm assuming he's looking to celebrate his recent nomination for Detective of the Year, as he doesn't even notice Adam's hand, which is absolutely covered in blood. Cohen gives Terry some weed and he pisses off.
Scavenger.
The group returns to the living room to deal with their newly acquired corpse. Cohen notices a sizable hole in the back of the postman's neck, however, his friends are not interested.
Mate, there was a hole in the back of his neck.
I don't care!
Kipper desperately tries to talk some sense into his friends before ultimately filming them disposing of a corpse under cover of a partly cloudy afternoon. Cut to the next day. Cohen spent all night piecing together the events of the previous day, and things just aren't adding up. He heads upstairs to wake up Adam, who is plumb tuckered after all that a-murderin'. What kind of deranged, psychopathic monster do you have to be to sleep that soundly after you've just murdered somebody? Cohen can't seem to shake the thought that something bigger is going on here and convinces Adam to take another midday gander at their post-mortem postman. Here we get a nice look of what Cohen has been talking about, as there is a sizable hole in the back of the postman's neck. Adam, however, ain't buying it.
Seriously, mate, you live in a dream world.
Cohen comes up with the ingenious plan to spray randos in the street to see if their faces melt too. So we find a guy, spray the guy, chase the guy,
Adam, come on!
and cuck the guy. While his face didn't melt, the camera did wig out, as it seems to when we get near people who have been infected. Adam immediately decides to ditch Cohen to go check out around back. No sooner does Adam round that damn corner than our infected friends spot Cohen and chase him all the way back to the flat. Well, well, well. It seems our friends have gotten themselves into quite the pickle. I suppose that'll have to wait till next time. Thank you all for spending some time with an old YouTuber. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe on the video.